Welcome back everyone, it's Angela here again today, here to share with you another few pages and projects to fill up your journals. So I thought that I would just start off and say thank you so much for all of you who support and watch the videos and who comment and give me such encouraging feedback. Guys, you are just all amazing, and I know I say that a lot, but I really do mean it, so I do like to just remind you of that now and then. All right, so this is where we ended last time. I have just put a little paper clip here that I've put on a scrap of fabric and a little bow, just so that this is removable and can go to wherever you want to use it in this journal. All right, so I'm going to just put that back there again. And then I'm going to just turn the page over, and we are going to focus on a couple of pages here. Some are small projects, some are a little bit more involved, but there's nothing very difficult here, and this is perfect for somebody who is a beginner. All right, so we're going to work on this tea stain paper first of all with a very simple project. This is just another book page that I have from my vintage birthday book, and then I will get to the page over the side as well. Now I'm just going to move that slightly up there. No, maybe not. What I want to do here is just put a little bit of a simple double pocket on here, so nothing too difficult at all, as I said. So I'm going to just do a few measurements here and show you what I have done. Now, because we're sort of looking at pinks here, I have taken one of the pages that I've got a half of the side from, and it's this page here from my kit. And what I did is I want to fit it. I want to make the pocket sort of this size here. I'm going to make this side open, and then the three sides here are the sides I'm going to stick down. All right, and then you're able to stick in any bits of ephemera or photographs or anything in there. I am going to make a sort of the thumb tack, is it? I can't remember what it's called now, it's one of those days, over there, and then we're going to put another little pocket on here as well. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. You can see it's about 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeter border, which is just slightly shorter than the rest of the page you're going to stick it down on. All right, so that's what I've done. So I'm going to just move this up a little bit so I can work on it at the same time. So there we go. That's the page that I've done. I'm going to use. I have stuck tea stain paper on the back, not for any other reason other than just to make it a little bit more robust. All right, so that's what I've done there. And then I just want to sort of eyeball, I think, the middle. I'm going to use my 1-inch punch. You can draw a circle using your art glitter glue. If you don't have a punch, half a circle, and cut around that. So please don't feel that you can't do this if you don't have a punch. Right, I'm just gauging it here. I think that's about the halfway mark. So I am going to just cut that out. That just makes getting your documents out a little easier. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with that. And then what I've got is I've just taken a scrap of this script paper. I am going to put it down here. I'm going to stick that down like that, and I'm going to have a little tag coming in this way. I don't want to cover up the butterfly, so I'm going to do the same again. Let's do it with this just to show you what I was meaning, just in case you don't have a let's turn this over as well. I don't want to draw on the desk. Okay, so I'm going to I think that's the way I wanted it. So if I take this is for now for people who don't have a punch, so some circle, even the glue lid, like your Uhu glue lid or something like that. I'm going to just gauge where the middle is here. I'm sort of seeing where the halfway mark is, so if you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so just gauging it here. Use my pencil and just draw around the edge there, and then grab my craft scissors and we'll just cut that out. Now this is a bit deep, and perhaps I should have made it not so deep, but that's okay. you know, anything goes with crafting, so there are no wrongs. So there we go. You see, you can do it just like that as well. All right, so just using my distress ink just to distress that like that. Okay, so we've got that there. We're going to stick this down over here. And what I have got as well is another butterfly, which comes from my butterfly kit. It's exactly the same as that. And I just want to make this a bit 3D, so I'm going to just take my glue and I'm going to just stick that down the body and just a little bit either side of that, and I'm going to just then find where it fits here and stick that down just over that. But what you can do is, it needs to dry properly, is just bend the little wings up. It just gives it a little bit of a 3D effect when you open on that page, but of course when the journal closes it'll go flat again and then lift again. Okay, so just a little bit of dimension there. I'm going to move this over slightly over. I've taken this little rose flower from my digital florals. I think this is number 2, I think. I'll put that in the description box. Just want to have that sort of peeking over the side like that. All right, so let's quickly stick this down. Right, so easily done. As I said, you can do this in any theme, and it's really a quick way to give you some extra storage space for your little bits of ephemera and journal memories. And I do like this. It just gives interest to the page as well, you know, so all good. Right, now I'm going to stick this on the end like that, so we can stick that down. Yeah. So how's everybody doing, and how are your journals coming along? Because you see mine going along each week. So I hope that I know lots of you are following along and share that with me, and that's absolutely lovely to see. I do love to see what you guys are up to and how you're getting along with these projects from these videos. So, you know, you can always tag me in, as I say, on Instagram, or I'm not a huge Facebook person, I must say, but if you tag me in, I will get that. And I like to just see what's going on. Right, so there we've got a little pocket ready. We've got a pocket once we've glued this down on these 3 sides there, and then of course one over here as well. So what I'm going to do is, I've just got this little bit that comes from a piece of ephemera from my ephemera pink Floral Folly kit. So we're just going to slide that in there like that. And I liked it that it had a little bit of a creamy base, so it's a bit different to everything else. Right, so we're ready to stick this down. So we can bring this back now. Okay, so there we go. We can stick that down and it's a job done. I'm going to go grab the double-sided tape and I'll be back here in a minute. Okay, so I just spent 10 minutes looking for the double-sided tape, so it's a good thing that I am just starting it, stop and start all of this, you know, and I still haven't found it, the roll with the red, which I prefer, so I'm using my other one now. But there you go, that's just life, isn't it? So what I want to do now is I want to stick this down onto this page over here. So I'm going to just gauge it quickly here like that, making sure that I have this straight, and there we go. All right, and I could have just taken this page and done it on a flat surface, and I would have if I wasn't filming. All right, so there we have our pocket attached. So that's really easy just to put in whatever it is that you want to keep in there as a secret. And you've got your little butterflies on there as well, lifting up. So that's really cute. got that there as well. Right, so on the side, what I want to do is stick another one of those little pockets we made earlier. And I'll just show you really quickly, and I'll just take that out the way. So what I've got here is the same ones as I made at this part over here. All right, so it's exactly the same. So I'm just going to quickly give you a rundown. So I've taken a toilet roll, or this was a kitchen roll holder, and I flattened it as I explained, cut it to the length of the pocket that I wanted. I've cut out a big circle over there, used trying to think, either the glue or one of the tops. I have stuck down a little strip of paper there just to cover that color of this core, like that. And then this piece here comes from my kit, and you'll find that in the kit itself, the add-on kit. Right, so this is just a tag, and that comes in the kit, and I've backed it onto some card, measured up with the edges here. All right, and it does stick out because we're going to put a little bit on there. What I'm going to do ever so quickly is just stitch around the edges here, and then we're able to stick this and make this another little pocket, and I'm going to show you what we do there. So that's what I've done there. Before I do that, let's just look inside the little scrap pile here, and I'm just looking for a scrap of this pink stuff, and I like to do this. I think it just adds a sweet dimension to my eyelets. Just tearing a little scrap here like that, ever so small, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that over the top there. You've seen me do this many times. All right, so that's what's going to go over the top there. So we've got that, and then I will just punch my eyelet there. Of course, you can just make a hole with a normal paper punch and put a little ring reinforcer there, because I've got a little punch that does that, or just cut out a tiny circle and another punch hole in the middle that'll make a ring and reinforcer there. Okay, so I'm going to just stitch around this, put the eyelet in and stitch around this, and I will be back with you shortly. All right, so there we have our pocket stitched around like that, and there we have the tag, and I've just put in some sorry chiffon ribbon into the top there, made a little bow over there. So that's our tag for this pocket, so that's going to just slide into there like that. Okay, so again, we'll get in our book page, and I just want to clip that down there a bit, and then I want to just stick this down like that. But let's just think, should I not do it like that? I think I'm going to stick it like that, just so that it's easier to get the tag out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it down on these three sides so that I can stick something else in there. Or do I want to do it? Yeah, I think I'm going to do it like that. Decisions. So let's do that again with the tape. All right, so I'm just going to, this is the side. Let's just grip one of these. This is the side I don't want tape on, just so that I remember that. Because I don't know about you, but I do get that wrong at times, and you know, when I'm not thinking straight because I've had a long day, or you know, like all of us. So just going to put this on, I think, and then this is just a great way to ensure that your pocket or whatever it is that you are wanting to secure to your page does stick really well. It is a bit fiddly, I must say. It is a bit fiddly, but it works very well, and I do prefer the one with the red, really. Right, let's now just take these off quickly. Alright, so I just use this little pokey tool thing, and this is really old. I had it in my Making Memories eyelet setter kit long before crocodiles were around. Long before. Okay, so now we just want to line that up there. So I'm just getting it in line with my numbers, and then we've got that stuck down there like that. So that's easily done. Okay, and then I'm going to put something in the side there. I'm not sure if it's going to be this, but I'll just show you what I made. This is just a little glassine envelope that I was gifted, and I've just laid it up here. So this is a small little glassine envelope. We don't even get these in the UK, but this is about 11 centimeters by 6.5, or you're looking at 4 1/4 inches by 2.5. All right, so you can easily make one of these as well, or use what do you call it, grease-proof paper as well, or even vellum. Right, I've just laid up using a piece of scrap paper from the kit. I've put this from my fussy cut florals there. I printed this to a page, so they're smaller. A little piece of a word from the pink script, and then I've just put that little piece of washi tape, and that's just a butterfly, and I've stitched around that. So that's that, and then I've just put that in here. It's going to go in there, and I like the way it sort of shines through. These are just 2 die cuts, and these are just a load of scraps with a little button, and I've tied a bow here with some embroidery thread on the top. All right, so I was going to possibly put that in there. I might not, so we'll see how that goes. I'll see how that goes, but I will definitely use that because I do like how that's turned out. Okay, so we are coming along nicely. I have now got another little project that I wanted to share with you to go in here, and that'll be our last little project then for today. All right, so I'm going to move that again up at the top and talk to you through it. Now it's a bit of a sampler, so I'm going to show you how I did this. And again, I'm using a mailer. So I've just taken one of these mailers. It doesn't have to have a window at all. We aren't going to use the window, so that is good to know. Any kind of envelope that you have will be fine. This particular one is 8 3/4 inches long, or 22 centimeters, but guys, you can use whatever you have. 4 1/4 inches or 11 centimeters. What I've done here is I have just turned this down to give me a bit of a flap. We do want a flap on it, and we are going to use it's got an opening I've got on this side here. All right, and that's because it's going into the right hand side of my journal, so that's why it's important to have the opening on this side. All right, now because I was able to salvage the flap on this one, I've stuck the flap down and I've just cut this side open. So that's what I was able to do there. If yours is open on that side, you can just stick that down and cut with glue or sew it, and then just open the opposite side. All right, so the flap I've folded down is about 1.5, just over 1.5 inches. So you're looking at just over 4 1/4 centimeters. Now what I've done here is I've tried to use up some of the scraps. So I've gone with this paper here. So this is printed 2 to a page, and I've just measured it to fit this part of the envelope here. Now we are going to close that down. You'll see what I'm going to do in a little bit later, so it doesn't matter that it's shorter there. I am going to stick this down just right over that window like that. So okay, so there we go. That's just going to give us the background to what we're going to do. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. Now we're going to stick this bit down, so I'm not worried about that. Of course, you can cover it and make it a flip up if you wanted to. But what I want to do is I have cut out a shape from the pink printable, which I just love this color and this printable. I'm going to stick that on the top of the flap here, because that flap you will see from the front. So I'm going to just stick that down, get it close to the edges. Okay, so let's do that. There we go. So we've got that bit done, and then I think what I'll do is I'm just going to, I've rounded the corners here, as you can see. Remember, if you don't have the punch, make yourself that little template like I showed you with the distress ink or something that's rounded that you can use for that. All right. So what I want to do is I just want to stick down some of the layers here, and I will be stitching this, but for the moment I'm just gluing that bit there where I opened it up. Right, so what I want to do now is just going to put no, I think I'll come back to that once I've stitched it there. Okay, so we've got that bit there. Now what I want to do is I'm making a bit of a sampler thing here. So you're going to be able to write over this. I've got this very sheer fabric that I've had for a while, very sheer with some embroidered bits on there, and I thought, oh, this will enable me to see through here a little bit. So I've just cut a piece out that's about that wide. Okay, so that is there, and then I've got this antique piece of lace that I've just trimmed off the edges, and it was perfect. I'm going to just stick that underneath there like that. So I might want to bring that a little bit further down. This one's in the right place, but I think this one can come just a little bit further down like that, and then I'm going to close it there. All right, so let me just get my little clips quickly. Can't go wrong with these, they're so useful. I'm going to just clip that in place because, as I said, I want to just sew right across there. I'm going to just sew right across there just to hold these lace pieces in place. Then we've got a little bit of a flip up going on here, and you can write still over here. All right, so that's that, and then we'll decorate the top bit once I've done that, and I'll finish this off. So I'm just going to sew straight across there. I might actually just sew right around there, and I'll be back here with you guys in a moment. Okay, so I'm back here, and you can see I've just sewn around the top there. That has now kept these two pieces exactly where I want them and in place. Okay, so I haven't sewn around the edge here, so that we've still got a pocket that we can use over there. All right, so that's going to look really pretty on that page. And then I've just taken a piece, this is the middle of one of my pages. You'll see that I think it's actually the middle of this page, so you'll see this writing there. I'm going to just put that across the edge here like that, and then I've got one of these labels. It's actually like a rectangular label. It's got a cream backing. I've cut out this bit here like a little French label looking thing. And then I've got some of the pink text that I've just torn out. I'm going to put that across here like this. So I'm just trying to create a bit of a French label thing, and then just one of these tiny butterflies from the kit, and I'm going to layer it up like that because I thought that looked quite pretty. So that's what we're going to do. So you can watch me doing that quickly. And hopefully I can do this and hold conversation with you guys as well. Right, so I wanted to find out from everyone if you would be interested in me offering printable kits. So a kit that I sell as printed for for example, like this Floral Folly kit, would that be of interest to you? I just seem to see a lot of people, and I have had a couple of people ask me, and I thought, should I make that an option for you? So let me know if that would be of interest for people, especially who don't have access to a printer, or they don't have a color printer, and you feel like you can't partake in any of these projects. So would you be interested in me listing that in my Etsy store? Okay, so that's what I'm trying to establish, so that I can suit, you know, give you something that you perhaps want. I'm just trying to see if that's an option. Okay, so how cute does that look? Really lovely. I love that. And I love that we've got a little fabric sampler over here as well, and that's going to be great, and a great way to write on here and keep a little sheer secret going on. And then I've just made a little journal card, and you can see this is the bit of writing that remains, so I just use the rest of that to make a journal card. This is one of the little pieces from my wildflower journal cards, and I just like that, and I've again used some of this wording there, so that's part of the same piece of paper that I used, and I just like that. So I've just put that onto card, and I'm going to slide that into the pocket here like that, and then we're going to stick that down. I'll just move that out the way onto this piece of paper here. So I've just taken it out so that I can make sure that it's nice and flat to do so. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down quickly. I'll just use my Fabri-Tac to do that, I think, because it's definitely no problem at all. As you can see at the back here, we're sticking it down, and I mean, I suppose you could still stick it on 3 sides as opposed to all over like I do, but you know, at some point I've got to stop making all these storage places so that the item actually lies fairly flat. So you know, I did have that idea, did it cross my mind, believe me. All right, so now I'm going to just get that stuck down there. Right, and let's just make sure that I've got that nice and flat. There we go. There we go. So another way to do a little flip out, and now I can put it all back together in the journal. So we are so close to the end now, guys. So close. All right. Yeah, so I think we've just got this page. There are very few things to do in here, and I already know what I'm going to be doing there. So I think I've given you quite a lot to do today. We have got this pocket tucked in here. We've got this lovely pocket that we've done today, and we've got this little flip out here, and this little one, which is really easy to do, which I'm not sure if I want to put it in there, purely because of the way it's going to lie, but I don't know, maybe I will. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you so much for following along with me. Always a pleasure to have you join. It's like having a friend over to craft. So I hope you've had fun watching, and do consider doing this for your own journal as well if you aren't following along with this particular one. Remember, it can be in any theme. It doesn't have to be in the theme that I'm using. The ideas will work for any project. Okay, so lovely to have you around and visiting, and I hope to see you guys soon for another little visit. So I look forward to that. So thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.